What's up everybody, Alex650, and I want to talk to you about the Tourmaster Response 2.0 boot. Okay, so I just picked up this boot for the second time in my life not too long ago. I've needed another boot because I've been complaining so much about how I hate the shoes I had for a long time. I wore the crap out of those as fast as humanly possible, and now I've upgraded, actually re-upgraded. I got these again. I had them once before, I liked them a lot, and I liked them so much I actually bought a second pair. My last pair I wore out over, I think, a year and a half, maybe 2 years I haven't almost. I like the boot a lot. Unfortunately, it did run a bit big. I did buy a 10 again, and it's a little bit big for my foot, but not too big. It's right on the cusp. So if you're thinking about buying this boot, they do run a tiny bit large. So if you're 9.5, get the 9.5. You can't, like, if you're like myself, I fit between a 9.5 and a 10. This is definitely a 9.5 kind of boot for me. Overall, the reason I got the boot to begin with is because it was waterproof. If you're not wearing overpants to go over this, you're gonna have a boot that is full of water. It's a hydropore membrane, so it's high breathability for what it is, and it's very, very water resistant, but the rest of the boot, like this late or this collar up here, is not waterproof. Another feature I like about the boot is its high durability. It's also got built into the sole a shock resistant foam, so it actually absorbs vibration and it doesn't feel like you're actually riding a motorcycle that much. When you wear a pair of Converse All-Stars, you can feel the vibration really bad, and this is pretty much non-existent. Disadvantage of the boot, the outside is actually covered in what looks like a vinyl. After a while, when you start abusing this boot or wearing it for a very, very long period of time, the toe comes off. The plastic that's inside of the toe is actually fine, it's just the outside vanity portion of it is not so great looking. So if anybody looks at your shoe, it's not really the greatest looking. On a casual factor, I give it a 10 out of 10 because it's a boot that if you look at it, no one would ever know you're riding. And typically your pants come to about here on it. Unless you're wearing skinny jeans, then they come up to here, and if you're wearing skinny jeans, you probably don't watch my channel, so I don't care. It does perform well in slick situations, but it's not the best. Unfortunately, if you're stepping in mud, like here in Texas, where mud is just everywhere and it's super slick all the time, this is basically not going to do any good for you whatsoever, but I don't really know of a boot besides a cleat that does. So that's kind of a thing. You can pick up these boots for about 114 to 135 depending on tax, where you are, if you buy them in a dealership or if you buy them online or wherever, but that's usually the price range. I like them just because of the fact that A, it's a good bang for buck, and B, it's right around the $100 price point. So you really, normally when you buy a pair of shoes, they're around this price, and they double as a work boot, a casual shoe. If you're gonna go out drinking with the guys, go on a date, you can wear this and you won't look out of place. As far as other features of the boot, you do have a Velcro strap, which actually holds back lacing. Laces are nice. There's 100%, or they are 100% polyester, and they're round, so you don't have to worry about flat Converse All-Star laces or anything like that. They tie up pretty nice, and when you actually have a bow going on, Velcro slips over, so you don't actually have to worry about your laces getting untied or them falling around the gear shift or anything like that, which I don't know if it's ever happened to you, but it is scary when you go to put your foot down and it's tied to the bike. The safety features I like about the boot: Techno GI plastic, toe and heel. A different type of plastic, I believe it's ABS, but I'm not entirely sure, but it is a molded injected exterior ankle plastic, or ankle protector. So there's actually a round plate that sits here over your ankle. If you actually push in on it, you can feel it, but I never have any problems just walking around or anything in it. I like the boot. I highly recommend getting this if you're looking for something more casual. I don't have any drawbacks for the boot whatsoever. I do like the profile of it. It's like having something that's more motorcycle oriented, that's not motorcycle looking. Because if you buy a pair of race boots, you're going to have all these bells and whistles, and it's going to look something futuristic and space age. And this is something you can go out, no one will think twice when they look at your feet. Also, you have normal beauty stuff. You have a leather piece that actually goes over your toe on both sides of both of your feet. So that way, gear shift, if you wind up kicking the brake, it doesn't actually score anything or do anything. It's normal wear and tear for that kind of shoe. Of course, you always have the reflector panel on the back. Not too shabby. Other than that, it's actually pretty normal run-of-the-mill stuff that you're going to find on every boot. Like I said, the awesome parts about this boot are the fact that A, it's waterproof. So as long as I'm wearing overpants that are a good size, which overpants you should sit on a bike before you take them home, you won't get wet. You won't. You can stand in a puddle of water, you're fine. A lot of boots have the fault of here where stretch panels aren't waterproof. This actually does do well with waterproofing there. Everything is waterproof on this boot except for up top. I have had a pair of these and they lasted me about a year and a half, which is typical for a normal shoe. Wearing these around for pretty much as your primary shoe for a year is very doable. Not a lot of boots you can do that with. I do recommend if you are going cross-country trip and it's going to be sunny the entire time and you might get rained on a couple times or something like that, this is not a bad boot for that. This is something you can actually take across the states, be okay. You can take it on vacation, be okay. You can travel with it on a very long road trip, be okay. It's not going to do well on a motocross track, obviously, but it's going to do well where it performs. And where it does perform, it is excellent. Stay safe, rubber side down, enjoy you guys. Intro, time lapse.